Hi, Mason. Hi, Madeline. I'm Mike Manalo from the Nerds of Color. How are
Hi,
you?
it's nice to meet you, man.
Hi, good. How are you?
Great, thank you. I had to put you guys in the background since I can't be there with you in person. It makes it look like I'm with you now, so hopefully
Yeah,
Yes.
that's okay
exactly
and
like
not
it.
weird. Um, Let me just start out by saying this is one of my favorite movies this year, and it's because part of it is because your stellar performances just anchor this wonderful movie down.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
if I could start, the relationship, as I mentioned, it's the heart and soul of this movie,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
the depth of your relationship as siblings is felt even when you're not on screen together. Definitely when you're on the screen together, but even when you're apart. And I
Mhm.
love that. Would you say that your time filming together really formed a similar sibling relationship in real life between you two?
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we got along and we tried to hang out as much as we could apart from, filming and stuff.
You're, you're still together right now. Are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you guys hang out outside of now that the movie's wrapped and everything?
We try to as much as we can since we're both pretty busy. We,
Yeah.
we we try to meet up every once in a while.
It's very nice to hear. I can really sense that chemistry between you guys, and it's heartwarming.
Thank
For
you.
Madeline, you've had a lot of experience with some really spooky supernatural work before, from Secret of Sulphur Springs,
Oh
Outcast,
yeah.
and now Black Phone. Would you consider yourself a pretty big horror buff? And what is it about the genre that keeps you coming back?
Well, I'm not the greatest horror buff because I'm not allowed to see a lot of horror movies, but I do love horror because I love that feeling when your heart drops, and I love jump scares. But yeah, it was super cool, and I'm so happy that I got to be in a horror movie because it means I have to be able to see it. So my mom has to let me see it.
It's one way to get away with it. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mason, I was astonished by your performance here. I
Thank
think
you.
this is really your first huge film role, and you're
Yeah.
so terrific in it. Was it difficult for you to get yourself into this frightened but determined mindset for the performance? And what did you do to
Yeah.
do that?
So I did some research as much as I can. I couldn't watch very too many films because there's nothing much like this, but I did find this old 1952 movie or 1959 called 400 Blows, and it really shows childhood trauma and stuff, and that really helped with finding the character Finney. And after that, everything was a lot easier from there, and the nerves kind of went away. And from that point on, it was so much fun.
I love that. And speaking of you really doing that research and watching, these older movies,
Hmm.
um, both of you guys are in this movie. It's set way before when you guys were born, in the 70s. And there are so many cool references here to, like, let's say Happy Days or The
Yeah,
Tingler, which is a really deep cut. Did you
yeah.
guys really do any research and dive into those and watch any of those things that Scott and C. Robert are referencing?
Yeah.
Or did you guys just already kind of have that knowledge?
Well, for Tingler, kind of like you said, for one of the beginning scenes, they told me a lot about that. I wanted to watch that, but I couldn't really find it anywhere. But I remember they said that back in the day, that was one of the most scariest movies ever. So yeah,
Madeline, how about yourself?
Well, I would not be allowed to watch that, sadly. But I think because I'm not allowed to watch all that stuff now, I've got a lot of movies to look forward to watch when I'm 16.
I can't wait for you to see all of these. I've got so many recommendations for you. A lot
Thank
of
you.
them being Scott's films too.
definitely.
I just wanted to say you guys are phenomenal, and Madeline, I would have loved to touch on that psychic aspect of your character. And did you get a chance to research any of the psychic stuff for your powers?
Not really. I just thought it was super cool because she can see things that are happening or stuff that's going to happen. And it's sad because in the movie, none of the grown-ups believe her, so she kind of has to go out on her own and try and save Finney.
And that, I can't spoil, but we'll see what happens. I
Yeah.
love seeing it. I think you guys are phenomenal, and I think this is
Thank
again
you.
one of the best movies this year. So thank you guys so much
I
for your
really
time.
Thank
appreciate that.
you.
Thank you so
Black
much.
Phone in theaters this month.
The activist directors, comments and the lectures, fanboys, professional artists and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard your screen, hit play, so check this.